Hi there, Capricorn Sun and Rising. Welcome to your September 2023 Astro Update. It's Rena here. So, September is a month because we are having eclipses in October that you could see some of those things get stirred up early. I'm not going to get into the eclipses, but I just wanted to say that September, for some people, may be very eventful because of that. We do have on the 3rd of the month, Venus going direct at 12 degrees of Leo. So for you, this is the 8th house. Capricorn people have had this retrograde in the 8th, and it is possible with some of these. I always say, or it has been said, that the retrogrades are internalizing some of the themes of the planet and the house that the retrograde is occurring in. And that can certainly be the case with you, but I almost think that even on an outer level, there could be some developments as well, because the 8th house is a money house. The second house that Venus rules is the money that you earn and your possessions, but the 8th house can be other people's money and other people's, I guess you could say, other people's possessions too. And so Venus retrograde here may be somehow creating a bit of a time that is like a lag between when these kinds of things get resolved. So an example would be somebody's going through a divorce, but the judge says, you have to itemize things. You have to do something because the two parties are not in agreement about, which things belong to which person. Now, it is possible during this Venus retrograde in the 8th house, if you had any kind of probate issues, or like I had just said about, in divorce proceedings, trying to split up, kind of like the War of the Roses types of things, that could have caused you to kind of reflect upon your values that Venus represents. So for sure, that might have occurred, but I just wanted to also say that maybe there was a lag time, and now everything is being more, is going forward, okay? And then that'll make it more likely that things will get resolved in the near future. On the 4th of the month, Jupiter goes retrograde at 15 degrees of Taurus. And so here is the other benefic planet besides Venus that is taking its turn to go retrograde. Taurus is a fellow earth sign, and it's in your 5th house, Capricorn. So there you go. That is a place that has to do with love, but also creative endeavors. So this, there are Capricorn people who are artists, believe it or not. And there might be some Capricorns who, because of this Venus, or this Jupiter transit, have been cranking it out, putting out a lot of work, but you might worry that your quality is suffering, or that you're not really feeling it, like it's not authentic enough. So the idea of quantity over quality may come up for you artistically because of this influence here. In terms of love situations, Jupiter here can create the possibility of a lot of love affairs, meaning that they're flings, not something that is really long lasting. Again, if you're going through a divorce, you may be sowing your wild oats because you feel free again and you feel like, hey, I can do this if I want to. But you may decide, I don't want to. This isn't me. This doesn't feel good. So it is possible that somebody like you could think twice about that. Jupiter retrograde here can be a time when you're um, easing back in some of the party animal tendencies, which sounds absurd with Capricorn, but I feel like Capricorns, maybe it's because Pluto left your sign, and that may have triggered a lot of other changes at the same time. Whatever, I think even like that first solar eclipse in your fourth house may have brought some fresh energy to the home front. But whatever has transpired, Jupiter, Capricorn people may have felt like you needed to let your hair down. And so this house is the house of pleasure, and it can involve parties and concerts and all kinds of fun things, but you may be slowing your roll as we close out 2023, because Jupiter is going to go direct on the 30th of the month. So it's going to be at the very end of the month. I mean, of the year. So we have Jupiter retrograding for the rest of the year. So you might kind of become a little bit more introspective and philosophical and a little bit less outwardly looking for those pursuits that you normally do. That doesn't mean that you're going to stop altogether, because eventually Jupiter's going to go direct and you're going to feel that forward movement and whatever it entails. And that's what it entails. On the 14th, we have a new moon in Virgo at almost 22 degrees. Another earth sign. This time, this is coming from your ninth house, which is Jupiter's domain. This is Sagittarius's house. So anyone who is involved in academia, university, whether it is teaching or learning from it, this could be indicative of a new chapter in your life. Publishing a book, going on a trip. And yeah, I even think with Jupiter retrograding, you might even that could be some kind of a trip for pleasure, maybe a cruise or something. To me, traveling for pleasure is more like of a cruise. But this, because when Jupiter goes retrograde, you may get opportunities to do something that you couldn't take advantage of at a different time. On the 15th, Mercury goes direct at 8 degrees of Virgo. The day after that new moon, and when Mercury went retrograde, it was at the same degree that the new moon is at. So I do connect that definitely. They're almost the exact same minute, too. So it really does emphasize this idea of full steam ahead in this area. So maybe you had a passport snafu. It might have even been that you questioned what it was that you were doing. Like, for instance, traveling. Am I escaping? Am I really, what is really going on here? Do I really need to do this? And you're like, yeah, I do. I really do. On the 23rd, the sun goes into Libra, and this is a fellow cardinal sign, so it's going to hit one of the angular houses, which is supposed to be, where the action is. So the 1st, the 4th, the 7th, or the 10th. In this case, because it's the cardinal sign before you, it's going to hit the 10th house, Capricorn. So the sun here, you're getting into that boss babe or boss boy. What's I don't want to say boy for a grown man, but bro, boss bro mindset. Okay. And on the 29th, we have a full moon in another cardinal sign, Aries, 6 degrees of Aries. This falls in your 4th house of home and family. So letting go of domestic affairs. Maybe this is selling a house even. Definitely, since there was a solar eclipse here, Capricorn, in April, this could be the end result of that 6 months later. Or was it? It's actually more like 5 months later. So something is ending, coming to culmination, peaking in this domestic area of the 4th house for you. It could be like this is the house of childhood. Maybe you're really being nostalgic about something for some reason, thinking about your family. And if you are traveling, that can make you long for those simpler days where, everything seemed like, you were contained within this family and that's all that you needed. And now you might feel like, why can't it be that way? Well, it can be that way. You can simplify your life if you want to. And if you feel that that is going to lead to greater happiness. And with Pluto going into your 2nd house, that can transform your relationship with money too. So, yeah, that's the other thing, is that Pluto is retrograding in your sign. So that is your inner work that is becoming very important during this time. Alrighty then, Capricorn, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I have package deals where you can save by buying 2 astrology readings, chart analysis and transits for a special price called my deep dive. I have one with the tarot, but I have the deep dive plus a full-length tarot reading called the whole enchilada too. So these are package deals, and then I have standalone readings for love and career. And I keep forgetting, I even added one for looking at a child's chart. Not reading for a child, reading for the parent about certain attributes and maybe personality traits for a child. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of different readings. Please check out the link below if interested. I'm at I'm at RainaMoonAstrology.com. Thank you for listening, you guys. Bye.